This is part 2 of our video about how to manage stress. Now that I've talked about how to manage stress, let's talk about how not to manage stress. Joining me now in the studio is my outsider Rosa, and with her is Phoebe. Good afternoon and welcome.
Thanks, Barry. Thank you, Barry.
Well, to open the second part of our show today, I'd like to go over how not to handle stress. So, sit back in your comfortable chair, guys, and listen to what Rosa, Phoebe, and I have to say to you. And grab a pen and paper as well. How not to manage stress. Don't go red in the face and storm out of the room. There is no excuse for that.
No.
Go and take some fresh air and don't just sit there. Here's my outsider for her opening sequence on this.
Me or Rhoda?
You go
Okay.
first.
I think going off what Barry said, which was, one of the best ideas, I think, is, when you go out and you get some fresh air, because getting fresh air in your lungs makes you feel more alive and it grounds you. And maybe while you're doing that, you can do some deep breathing exercises to try and settle yourself down, because when you're stressed and anxious, your breathing can change, and focusing on bringing back your attention to your breathing can often help settle you down. What do you think, Barry? Do you think that's right?
I think that's good, but another way not to handle stress is by getting angry or going red in the face, because it will make the situation worse.
Yeah.
Here's Rosa now.
Yeah, it will make the situation worse. I feel that managing stress, as Phoebe said, you can take a walk outside, but with our first video that we did, Barry did mention that there were different ways to speak to people. The government has got different companies, which we did mention a couple of different helpline services that you can give them a call and have a conversation with them, and that would help as well.
Another thing about how not to handle stress. Don't go,
push. Very true.
And then end up going off the deep end, because I mentioned this in the first part of the videos, guys. So please don't do that. Don't just sit in your bedroom on your bed sulking like a kid and thinking there is no one that you can talk to or nothing you can do, because Rosa, Phoebe, and I will not take that. It is absolute nonsense, because there are things out there that you can do, people that you can talk to. Like I said in the first part of the video, guys, please talk to those people. Don't just slap your book down on the table and throw the pen and say, I don't have to write all of this, because how are you going to feel better for it?
I think as well, Barry, going off that, is to not take your stress and anxiety out on the people around you, to not react and lash out because you're feeling a certain way.
Go boom.
Exactly. So if people are around you and you're highly anxious and stressed, don't lash out at them because you're angry.
Now, that's a very good point that Baby made there, because going and then trying to punch someone, that is not the way to handle stress, guys. Please don't do that. Another thing I don't like about not handling stress or anxiety situations is eating the wrong food or drinking the wrong liquid,
Very true.
because you need to have a good diet, guys, which brings us on to the next subject about diet. Okay? Just because you're having a rotten day doesn't mean you have to fill up on junk food. Here's Phoebe now for this.
Yes, I think Barry's very correct with that statement, because you need to nourish your body from the inside out. And when you eat a healthy, balanced diet, you can alleviate health symptoms that would go with having a bad diet, if that makes sense.
Now, having a bad diet of fish and chips every day for lunch, no. Pizza, no, unless it's a leftovers. Well, but everything in moderation, guys.
Exactly. You can have fish and chips if you fancy it, every now and again, but don't eat it for every meal, right?
Yeah, and don't fill up on chocolate biscuits either, or donuts, or things like that. Come on, guys. Because a bad diet of fatty hamburgers, and bacon and eggs, no. A treat, okay, is good, but not all the time. Okay?
Yeah.
And drinking the right liquids like water, cordial, peppermint tea, herbal tea, juices, that sort of thing. Make your own fruit and veggie juice.
Yeah.
Here's Rosa now.
That's correct. Okay, so it's all mindset. Actually, changing the way you think about food really is the first and foremost the important things. If you don't have the right mindset that look, there are certain foods that will trigger me having stress and anxiety, it's not going to go away. So we are just trying to encourage a healthy lifestyle. It is slowly, you don't have to wake up one day and feel like, oh, I just want to do it this way. Get in the habit of encouraging yourself to try and eat healthy foods, and that would become a lifestyle.
Now, don't drink too much tea and coffee either, guys. Water is the best liquid. Here's Phoebe.
Well, yes, and I believe, Barry, you might have to confirm this for me, but the human body is actually made up of 70% water. Is that true?
Well, 80%
Oh,
of water.
wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was 70. So that in itself tells you just how important water is to us, doesn't it?
And water is life.
Okay. Now, not having enough fiber and water in the diet, okay? That is not right. That's another way of not handling stress, okay? It is not the way to go. Not telling people how you are feeling, bottling it up, okay? That's not the way Baby Ryder and I would do it. It is not the way to go. Okay, and the sitting in your rooms with the TV off and your radio, you're just going, ew. And then making the hole in the road bigger. Because, like I said in the first part of the video today, if you drive in a pothole and it's big, you will get stuck there.
Yeah.
And baby Rosa and I would like you to encourage you to please eat well, drink well, speak well, sleep well. Okay, because these are things that will make you everyone's sense. Okay, you lie in bed thinking, why the hell am I feeling like this? Okay, it's up to you to work it out for yourselves. Here's my outsider.
I think that's very true. I think that learning how to manage yourself holistically is very important. So when you say, Barry, you need to focus on sleeping well, eating well, and drinking well, I think that's a really good point because we're looking at things across the board about how we as humans can better manage things like stress and anxiety and our overall well-being.
Well, before we close today's show, I'd also like to point out, okay, don't go walking around or driving around in your car thinking, I'm having a crap day today. For goodness sake, get in your car, turn on your radio, listen to some nice music. Here's Phoebe.
Baby just went word, it doesn't get a turn. I would make a comment on that. So I remember one time there was a video Barry made in regards to people getting stressed when they are driving. So when you turn on the radio, have a cup of tea, like how Barry said in the previous video about managing stress in the morning. Stresses could be like stuck in traffic, running late for an appointment, etc. So you could have a cup of tea, or you may listen to the radio, as Barry said, and just calm yourself down. And you may give a call to the appointment place and tell them that you are running late. And just keep yourself safe. Being safe is better than rushing and getting stressed.
And don't slap the book down.
No.
Okay, please don't do that. Don't wake up in the morning in a rotten mood and take your anger on someone else. Please don't do that. Well, we'd like to thank you, Phoebe, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Barry. Very happy to have made my debut.
And is there anything you'd like to say to the viewers before we close the show?
I'd just like to say that thank you, Barry, for talking about a very important topic today that, will probably help your viewers quite a bit, learning how to deal with stress. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much for that.
And also the lifeline number there, 131114.
Mm-hmm.
Please write that number down and they will help you on the phone with whatever you need. And the closing statement, be polite on the phone. Don't take your anger out on the other person on the phone because it will not solve the situation. Okay? And Rosa, have you got anything to add to
What I
that?
can say is thank you guys for watching today. Tell a friend to tell a friend and subscribe to Barry Fierce channel. Leave a comment down below if you would like him to talk about any ideas or any different topics that you have in mind or any questions regarding what we've discussed today. Thank you so much.
And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, that is 000. Ring that, but only in an emergency, guys. Okay? Here's Baby to close the show with that message.
Yes, very good to discuss, Barry. Only in an emergency, guys. You know, we don't want to waste time and resources. So, yes, thank you.
So, the number for Lifeline, once again, 131114. If you are experiencing a problem, they are a 24-hour hotline. Ring them anytime, day or night. Okay, so on that note, it is time for us three to say good afternoon to you viewers out there now. This has been episode 153, episode 154, coming up very soon. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for your company this afternoon on the show, and we look forward to your company next time around. But until then, from Baby, Rafa, and I, have a fantastic Wednesday afternoon, and please do write down what we have discussed in the two videos today. Until the next video then, we wish you a very good afternoon. I'm Barry Fair. Thank you for watching and see you next week. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.